Hi, this is Doug Daugherty with Hamilton Flourishing. We've got another exciting interview today about the school board, which we think is the most important race going on in Chattanooga. There's about 21 people running for a now partisan school board race. Some of them have primaries, some of them don't. We're talking today to Katie Perkins. Katie is working to represent District 8. She's in the Democratic primary. District 8 is East Ridge, that area out to Hamilton Place, Brenda Hills. She's got a bunch of schools in her district. She's got Barger, several schools in East Ridge, high school, elementary, middle school, and several others, CSLA, and I can't read what I wrote right here, Katie. Anyway, Katie, tell me all the schools you've got again.
Yeah, so it's Spring Creek Elementary, East Brainerd Elementary, CSLA, Barger, then it's East Ridge Elementary, East Ridge Middle, and East Ridge High.
Great. Tell us a little about yourself. So we covered the areas. Tell us a little about yourself, Katie. Are you from Chattanooga?
I am from Chattanooga. I was raised here in East Brainerd. I started my public school education at Westview Elementary School. I have 3 children. My mom was a kindergarten teacher for 30 years, so I have been around lots of educators. Both my aunts are also teachers. I am a former substitute teacher and former preschool teacher. And I volunteer for everything with my children and at their schools. And I go to Christ United Methodist Church, and I am the volunteer Sunday school teacher for the 4-year-olds.
That must be fun.
It is fun.
Do you have a 4-year-old?
I do. It is
That's
a good
wonderful.
age.
Well, terrific. Let's just kind of jump in, Katie. Why do you feel like you're qualified to serve on the Hamilton County School Board?
Well, I know that the school board's primary job is to make the opportunity available for the highest quality of education for all the children in the public schools. So I think that I have the capacity to make tough decisions about the schools and about what I think is best for education. I'm respectful and professional, and I have the motivation and the energy to do a good job on the school board.
Now, you mentioned that you have 3 children. Do you do something else vocationally?
Well, I am a photographer. I have a degree from UTC, my undergrad degree from UTC in communications. And then I have a fine art degree in photography.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a great time of year to be taking pictures.
It is.
The second question, what are the challenges that the entire system faces, not just your schools, but as you look at Hamilton County schools, what do you think of the big picture challenges facing the system?
Well, I think a challenge that has been around since I was in school for a long time is the overcrowding of schools, of public schools. Another thing that is an issue is that some of the schools need to be refurbished and need to have some modern infrastructure. There are some issues with just the buildings. Also, from talking to other parents and teachers recently, teachers need supports. I think that is the main one, especially after COVID. Anyone who was a teacher during COVID, bless you, thank you. Yeah, but just having either parent volunteers or teachers' aides or even websites that can help teachers just, I guess, have a break or be mentally content, because I know that quality teachers, we cannot lose our quality teachers in the public school system.
Okay. So infrastructure, buildings, teachers, those are kind of top line things for you in terms of the system.
Yes. And so I think with both of those things, my main thing is having a safe school, and hopefully all parents want that too. Like, I need to feel that my children are safe when they are not with me.
Hmm.
So, but I think that also has to do with the infrastructure and how the teachers are feeling.
So are you talking about physical safety from
Both.
violence and ceilings falling in, or
Well, I don't want to get too extreme here, but
oh, it was
yeah.
one of the schools, they had a walkout because some of the ceiling fell, and I think that was a Tyner. So
Yeah, there were, I remember hearing about an issue like that.
yeah,
But yeah, that is part of it. I don't want the school to collapse on my children. But I
yeah.
also, I don't want them to be bullied or anything like that. And I want them to feel safe with their teacher.
Oh, I see.
Um,
Okay, now I get it. Great.
yeah.
So changing down kind of a little from the macro to the granular, what would be your priorities? You've got what, 8, 10 schools in your district, and so what would be your priorities?
Um, well, for some of the schools like Spring Creek, I think that it does need some help with the building. Um, I know that recently Eastridge High School just got some updated infrastructure. So that is a good thing. But I think Spring Creek might need some help with that. Um,
Anything
so
else?
not that I can think of right now.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next question. Have you studied my understanding of the school board is they've got 3 things that they really do that are important. One is that they hire and or fire the superintendent. 2, they create the budget with the help of the staff, and they have, of course, they work through the budget. They have budget sessions that they work through the budget. I think they're going through those now. And so you guys, and that depends, and so that says where you think resources need to go or not go. So that's a big management tool. And the third priority of a school board member has to do with policy. And so those are the 3 areas, and that can range from, it can range all over the place. And there's been lots of discussions, for instance, over books in the schools over the last, all the way up to the state legislature and down to the school board level, where they've been trying to figure out, about books. So that's a policy issue. And so things like that. So those are the 3 issues. So they come up on the budget. Have you looked at the budget yet for the next school year, next time? They just came out with it. I think it was a week or 2 ago.
Okay, I have not had a chance to look at the new one. I do attend the budget meetings, and I know that there has been a lot of talk about the buildings and what needs work. So no, I know that is something that is in progress.
Right. Okay. So having looked at a budget as a person in a position over the budget, which is 2/3 of the county's budget, What would you support a tax increase for the schools?
Well, I am all for giving the schools more money. That I think that is a big thing that needs to happen. However, nobody likes to hear tax increase. Although there are different kinds of taxes. So I guess it depends on what kind of tax we're talking about.
Property tax mostly.
Okay. Property tax, I don't know. Yeah, but I do think that there are other ways to make money. For example, there are fundraisers that can be done, but also this takes a lot of parent participation and participation from the community. But I think that things like fundraisers for each individual school are kind of simple things that can be done.
Well, great. Well, Katie, if somebody has any questions for you or wants to volunteer for your campaign or something, yeah, what's the best way they can reach out to you? Do you have a website or a Facebook page, or do you have
I
an
have
email?
Yeah, I have a website or a Facebook page that I use as my website. So it's
Okay.
www.facebook.com and then / Katie Perkins D8.
D8.
Yes, stands for District 8.
Oh, ha! I couldn't figure out what that was. Now I got it.
So I also have an email address. It's katie.perkins@epbfi.com.
All right. Well, Katie, thank you for your time today.
Yeah.
You've been great. We wish you well, and good luck knocking on doors. Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.